Rain slides down the neon-lit streets of downtown as Zara Kwan steps out of her modest Uber, tugging her simple black jacket closer against the chill. No designer labels, no flashy jewelry. Just a 28-year-old woman in jeans and ankle boots, her dark hair falling in natural waves around her shoulders. She looks up at the gleaming facade of Elysium, the city's most exclusive nightclub, its blue-lit entrance guarded by velvet ropes and men with earpieces. The line stretches down the block, glamorous people shivering in skimpy outfits, checking their phones, desperate for admission to the hottest club in town. But Zara bypasses the queue, heading straight for the entrance. She's not here to party. She's meeting her younger sister Maya for a brief catch-up before Maya flies to Tokyo tomorrow. "Excuse me," she says quietly to the mountainous bouncer manning the velvet rope. "My sister is inside. She's expecting me." The bouncer, a man named Troy with more muscles than neck, glances down at Zara with practiced dismissal. His eyes perform the familiar calculation, assessing her worth in seconds based solely on appearance. The simple clothes, the lack of makeup, the absence of that desperate eagerness to impress that he's used to seeing. "Back of the line," he says flatly, already looking past her to the group of model types behind. "There must be a misunderstanding," Zara persists, her voice still calm. "Maya Kwan. She messaged me that she's inside with friends. I just need 5 minutes with her." Troy's attention returns to her, now tinged with annoyance. "Look, lady, I don't care if your sister's the Queen of England. No one skips the line." From beside him, a sleek woman with a digital tablet and an earpiece steps forward. Claudia, the club's PR manager, has been watching the exchange with growing irritation. "Is there a problem, Troy?" she asks, her British accent clipped and cold. "No problem. Just explaining the rules too." "I'm Zara Kwan," Zara interrupts softly. "My sister Maya is inside. She's leaving for Tokyo tomorrow, and I need to give her something before she goes." Claudia's expertly contoured face doesn't hide her disdain as she looks Zara up and down. "Maya Kwan, the model." She laughs, the sound sharp as breaking glass. "Right, and I'm Beyoncé's long-lost cousin." Around them, people in the line begin to notice the conversation, some snickering at Zara's apparent delusion. Maya Kwan is indeed inside. The rising supermodel's presence had been breathlessly reported on social media all evening, her arrival with a famous actor causing a minor frenzy. "Call her," Zara suggests, still unruffled. "Or check her reservation. She added me to her table." Claudia's smile turns predatory. "Honey, do you know how many random people try to name-drop their way in here every night? We have VIPs who've been waiting for an hour. The way you're dressed, you wouldn't get in even if we were empty." A few people in line laugh openly now. A drunk guy in an expensive suit calls out, "Try TGI Fridays, sweetheart. They'll take anyone." Zara takes a measured breath. "I understand you're doing your job, but this is unnecessary. I'm not looking to party. I need 5 minutes with my sister." Troy steps closer, his bulk intentionally intimidating. "Lady, final warning. Back of the line or leave the premises." "Don't you think it's strange," Zara says quietly, "to judge someone's worth by their clothing? Don't you think it's pathetic?" Claudia snaps back. "To invent famous relatives to get into clubs?" Zara's phone buzzes in her pocket. She glances at it, then looks up with renewed resolve. "If you won't call Maya, I'll have to handle this differently." "Is that a threat?" Troy asks, squaring his shoulders. "No," Zara replies, pressing a button on her phone. "It's a solution." For a moment, nothing happens. Claudia's laugh tinkles through the night air. "Ooh, very dramatic. What's coming? The fashion police." Then, with silent efficiency, everything changes. 3 black SUVs with tinted windows glide to the curb, forming a barrier between the club and the street. Men and women in dark suits emerge, 8 of them, moving with the coordinated precision of people who train together daily. They wear discreet earpieces and have the hyper-aware posture of those who constantly scan for threats. The crowd falls silent, phones raised to capture whatever celebrity must be arriving. One man approaches Zara directly, tall, with close-cropped gray hair and the bearing of a career military officer. "Miss Kwan, he says with formal respect. Sorry for the delay. The street is secure now. Claudia's smile falters. Troy takes an unconscious step backward. Thank you, Dominic, Zara replies. These people seem to think I'm lying about my sister. Dominic turns to Claudia, his expression professionally neutral, but somehow conveying volumes of disapproval. Ms. Zara Kwan is here to see her sister, Maya. Please facilitate this immediately. Claudia clutches her tablet like a shield. Who exactly are you people? Before Dominic can answer, 2 police cars arrive, lights flashing but sirens silent. Officers emerge and approach with unusual deference. Ms. Kwan, the lead officer greets Zara, nodding respectfully. Your team informed us of the situation. We've arranged to redirect traffic from the block as requested. Behind them, 2 more security personnel have established a perimeter, politely but firmly moving bystanders back. Another team member speaks rapidly into his wrist mic, his eyes constantly scanning rooftops and windows. The crowd outside Elysium has gone from amused to bewildered to increasingly concerned. Phones record frantically as rumors ripple through the line. Government official? Witness protection? Foreign diplomat? Inside the club, the commotion has drawn attention. The doors push open, and Maya Kwan emerges, her model-esque frame instantly recognizable from magazine covers worldwide. Behind her follows a concerned-looking club manager and several wide-eyed VIP guests. Zara, Maya calls, rushing to embrace her sister. What's happening outside? Are you okay? Zara hugs her back warmly. I'm fine. Just a misunderstanding about the guest list. Maya pulls back, her expression darkening as she glances at Claudia and Troy. They wouldn't let you in? Because of how you're dressed. Something like that, Zara confirms mildly. The club manager steps forward, sweat beading on his forehead despite the cool night. Ms. Kwan, please accept our most sincere apologies for this regrettable incident. Had we known your sister was... Had you known she was who? Maya interrupts, her voice sharp. Someone important enough to have security? That's the only time you show respect? When my sister dresses simply, she's treated like garbage. But now that you're scared, it's all apologies. Dominic approaches, speaking quietly into Zara's ear. She nods and turns to the manager. Your club is temporarily closed, she informs him, her voice still calm, but now carrying unmistakable authority. Security protocol requires we clear and secure the entire block when there's been an incident. An incident, the manager sputters. But nothing happened. It was just a misunderstanding about entry. The incident, Dominic clarifies, is that Ms. Kwan was profiled, harassed, and denied legitimate access to a public establishment, creating a security concern. Standard procedure is now in effect. As if on cue, more police arrive, and officers begin politely but firmly directing club patrons to exit through the back. The street is being systematically blocked off at both ends. Dismayed VIPs emerge from the club, confused and annoyed to find their evening cut short. You can't do this. Claudia protests, her composure finally cracking. Do you know how much revenue we'll lose? Who exactly do you think you are? Zara regards her with the same quiet dignity she's maintained throughout. I'm exactly who I said I was, Maya's sister, here for a brief meeting. The question is, who did you think you were to decide my worth based on my appearance? One of the security team approaches with a tablet, showing something to Dominic, who nods and turns to the increasingly frantic club manager. Sir, your establishment has numerous fire code violations that require immediate attention. The fire marshal has been notified and is en route. Additionally, we've received reports of potential beverage tampering that will require investigation. This is insane, the manager explodes. All because we didn't let some random woman skip the line. Maya steps forward, her famous face flushed with anger. My sister is Zara Kwan, Deputy Director of Diplomatic Security for the entire Pacific region. The people you just disrespected and threatened are part of her protection detail. She dresses discreetly because her work requires it, not that her clothing should matter either way. The revelation hits like a thunderclap. Phones capture the moment as realization dawns on the faces of Troy, Claudia, and the manager. The The crowd that had been snickering earlier now watches in stunned silence as the simple woman they had dismissed reveals her true identity. This is absurd. The manager tries once more, his voice losing conviction, shutting down an entire block over a door policy. Not a door policy. Zara corrects him. Discrimination, harassment, potential security breach of a diplomatic official. Take your pick. She turns to Maya, her demeanor softening. Now, can we please have that conversation? You mentioned needing your passport for tomorrow. As the sisters step aside for a private moment, Dominic coordinates with local law enforcement to maintain the perimeter. Club patrons continue to stream out the back exit, many filming the scene and spreading the story across social media in real time. The owner of Elysium arrives 20 minutes later, rushing through the police barricade after frantic calls from his staff. He finds Zara just as she's concluding her brief meeting with Maya. Ms. Kwan, he begins, breathless and desperate. This is a catastrophic misunderstanding. I'm prepared to offer my personal apology and assurance that disciplinary action will be taken immediately against the staff involved. Zara considers him thoughtfully. Interesting that you immediately assume your staff was wrong without even asking what happened. The owner flushes. Well, given the circumstances. Given that you now know who I am. Zara finishes for him. That's the problem, isn't it? Respect shouldn't depend on title or power or wealth. It should be the baseline for how we treat every human being. She glances around at the closed street, the confused patrons, the chastened staff. This wasn't about getting revenge for being disrespected. This is standard security protocol when a diplomatic official encounters harassment. But it does raise an important question about your establishment's values, doesn't it? The next morning, video clips of the incident have gone viral. Simple woman denied club entry. Then security team shuts down block, reads the trending headline. Social media erupts with debates about privilege, appearance-based discrimination, and the sweet justice of the moment when Zara's true identity was revealed. Elysium announces a temporary closure for staff training and policy review. Claudia and Troy's names appear nowhere on the statement, their employment quietly terminated overnight. The owner pledges a substantial donation to an anti-discrimination nonprofit as part of the club's recommitment to treating all patrons with dignity. A week later, Zara sits in her office overlooking the city, sipping tea as she reviews security protocols for an upcoming diplomatic visit. Her assistant knocks and enters with a tablet. Ma'am, Elysium's owner has requested a meeting. He wants to personally apologize again and ask if you consider visiting once they reopen to show there are no hard feelings. Zara smiles slightly, setting down her cup. Tell him I appreciate the gesture, but I rarely have time for nightclubs. However, I'd be happy to send our human resources director to review their new inclusion training if they're serious about making changes. Her assistant nods, then hesitates. There's something else. Your sister's interview has gone viral too. The tablet shows Maya on a morning talk show in Tokyo, speaking passionately. My sister taught me that true power isn't about flaunting what you have. It's about knowing your worth even when others don't see it. She could have worn designer clothes and flashed her credentials, but why should she have to? The point isn't that they should have respected her because she's important. They should have respected her because she's human. Zara's smile widens as she hands back the tablet. Maya always did understand the point. Because it was never about shutting down a city block or flexing authority. It was about something far simpler and far more important. The radical notion that every person deserves to be treated with dignity, regardless of what they're wearing or who others think they might be. And sometimes, it takes a simple woman with an unexpected security team to deliver that lesson to the world. If you enjoyed this story of quiet dignity and powerful revelation, hit the like button, share with friends who believe in treating everyone with respect, and subscribe for more tales that warm the heart while delivering moments of sweet justice. Drop a comment below sharing a time when someone misjudged you. We'd love to hear your story.